Hello viewers, welcome to Truth Market. This is another live series of the Truth Market edition, and I hope you are ready for us today as usual. And as always, we are here again to conscientize your mind and to alter your conscience with what we have packed full for you today. And I want to say, don't go anywhere because we are fully loaded as always, and we have come with something very new and very special. I am Divine Susie, and here with us is our resource person in the person of the servant, D. Fanacho. Sir, you're highly welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, and beside me here is Broche Dozie. Highly welcome, sir.
I'm so glad to be in the Truth Market, and
Yeah.
we're all set. And the servant himself will always deliver, I'm sure.
Sure.
I should keep watching.
Thank you. Keep watching. All right, Bro Jude is in the show. Highly welcome, sir.
Thank you, viewers. As usual, the Truth Market is a portal for human freedom. The earlier you believe it, the best for you.
Yes. Earlier you believe, the best for you. So it's a portal that has been set out for you. And the earlier you believe and grab it, the better. All right, without wasting our time, we're going to be discussing on a very vital topic today that has to do with security. As we can see in the country where we are today, you see everyone is security conscious, and people are paying so much for security in the government, in schools, in so many other places. And that is because there is need for security. And then I want to boil it down this way, having known the meaning of security and why people really mount securities. Then we are going to be looking at the other aspect of it, which is spiritual security. So I'm going to be throwing this question this way. For me, I believe that security is also the protection of lives and properties. But when we come to the spiritual aspect of it, then we are throwing the question in this form. What is spiritual security, and why is the need for spiritual security?
Okay. You cannot, that's a nice question anyway, but then you cannot talk about security without discussing both.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you're spiritually secured and not physically secured,
Okay.
there will be a problem.
Okay.
Like angels, they don't have need for security.
Okay.
Is that right? So then human, no matter how spiritual you are, there is a need for physical security.
Okay.
But the question now is, which comes first?
All right.
And which is more important, superior
Superior. Okay.
to the other?
Okay.
What is the reason behind, what is even the intention behind this?
Security means nothing but to secure. So if you put a con on this, you have to secure it from pigeon. Is that?
Yes.
So security applies to anything that is valuable to a large extent. Understand? All right. Then, in the situation, we said, or I'm saying now, anything that is common does not need security.
That's a revelation.
Anything that is common does not need security. Security comes in a situation where there is scarcity or inequality, as religion has made it be, as the ignorance have been condemned to believe that they cannot amount to anything. So when you tell somebody he cannot amount to anything, he agrees temporarily. But when the reality comes, understand, then he begins to look for a way to express himself in a wrong way. Then that leads to stealing and all that. You understand?
Yes.
Now, coming to security, the most important form of security is a spiritual security.
Okay.
Understand? Then, how do you get spiritual security? You get spiritual security by having value system and understanding the spiritual, being conscious of the spiritual world.
Okay.
You understand? Then, interrelating with spirits, goes along. When you become conscious of things of the spirit, then you have the physical value.
Okay.
I mean value that will be able to keep you in this physical world relevant.
Okay.
Then, when you have that relevance,
Yes.
one, value prevents you from stealing.
Okay.
Because a person who has a security does not steal. A person who has spiritual security does not steal anything in the physical.
Yeah.
Because it is the spirit that controls the physical.
Okay.
So when you have internal, inward, and spiritual security, then automatically and naturally it's going to give you physical value,
Okay.
which will now enable you to spirit will secure you spiritually by giving you self-confidence and the capacity and ability to control the physical world. I mean the spiritual world.
God. Okay.
Then coming to the physical, now you have value, which secures you physically from being a thief. Because anybody who steals in the physical, nobody who has value in the physical can steal.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So now you are out of those that steals. Now what is the next thing to do to secure your value? So that it will not be stolen from people who do not have value. I don't know whether you are getting what I'm
Yes,
saying.
yes.
All right? Okay. Stolen from people who do not have value. You know, we don't treat case on the periphery. Immediately you understand our teaching, you become free and free forever. And you can have solution to multiple things societies are looking for how to deal with. So you are not a thief now because you have spiritual value and physical value, which now makes you to access the world. Now, but you need to protect that value which you have. Now, the question now is, what are we going to use again to protect the things which we have in the physical? Now, what are you going to use? Use love and distribution.
Yeah.
That's the key. And the gun, the sense, use to guard what they have, the value which they have. And you ask me physically,
Yes.
you ask me, love your neighbor as you love yourself. That thing which you have learned that gave you value, teach it to other people. That when it becomes common, nobody will steal from you. And that is that distribution.
Okay.
Ability to share that which you have, then making it common. You know, I started by telling you that something that is common doesn't need security. Who secured land? Like sand.
Yeah, nobody.
Who secured the air?
Nobody.
Who secured the sun? Nobody secured it. Who secured water?
No.
Nobody secured water. Why? Because it's common.
common.
Who secured, yes, who secured grass? Nobody secured it because it is common. So now, when you now have value, spiritual value, which gives you the physical value. Remember Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. Seek you first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and every other thing shall be added unto you. So when you get connected to spirit and get eternal value, spiritual value, I mean spiritual protection, by relating with nature, God, and the spirit, angels, then you come to physical. It will give you capacity to get physical value. When you get physical value, the next thing you go to is love and distribution.
So the place of physical ammunitions in terms of security,
Yeah.
is the military and the police.
Yeah. What is physical security is because you take what belongs to everybody
Okay.
and you tell them that they cannot access it. One, like people in religion, they will take all what belongs to so many people and tell you that you cannot access it because you are not a man of God.
Okay.
And they are special
Yes.
to touch it. But we need it. So we have to go after you.
Okay.
The same thing with government. And money entrusted to you, you carry all of them and begin to tell them they are your followers. And they are the people who made you to be there. And they are hungry. They need to pay some school fees. School fees is not free.
Yes.
Then you carry it, and you must carry it to go and buy ammunition in order to protect it. Because what belongs to the congregation, to the whatever, only you now come and hold it. So if everybody becomes important and relevant in the society and valuable in the society, nobody will steal anything.
Wow.
So this is not even a long story to it.
Security is a product of scarcity.
It's a product of scarcity, is a product of a lack of love and inequality generated by the society.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Now, when you have love, you come and call this person. Fine. This is how I arrived at where I am. Take this thing, go and educate, become valuable. If I'm in a factory producing something, and another person is in a factory producing something, or in the school designing something, who will have time to steal from one another?
I want to say something. There is something you.
But are you getting what I'm saying?
Perfect.
All right,
I don't
okay.
want you to jump in so that.
Okay.
you escape and-
All right.
We're talking about that value cannot be stolen, or can be stolen. I mean to say.
Okay, value
Yes.
can be stolen.
Yes.
No. Value is inbuilt. You understand? It's your personal assets which you customized. I'm not talking about material value.
Security.
Where
you
ye-
to secure it.
Sorry?
I think what he was trying to say, I got what you're saying. He said you can be stolen if you don't have value.
Yeah.
I think
You,
that's
can,
where you're
you become a thief
a thief.
if you don't have value.
Okay.
But when you have value, you yourself
Yes.
is no longer,
A thief.
you are no longer a thief.
Okay.
You understand? So whatsoever your value generates in the physical
Yes.
need protection.
The physical aspect.
Okay.
That's the assets. It's assets, which is still a value.
Yes, sir.
We have abstract value and we have concrete value.
Okay.
You understand? Abstract value is love, humility, sincerity, tolerance, and skills. These are abstract value. No, skill is a physical value, it's a concrete value. Yeah. Learning tailoring is a concrete value. Learning mechanic is a concrete value. It's a physical value.
Yes.
All right? But abstract value is that value which is inbuilt in you. So when you have that abstract value, nobody can steal it from you.
Okay.
So, but what I'm talking about now is the physical value, like something, cushion and whatever, material things. Then it needs protection. If you find yourself in the midst of people who don't have what you have. So what are you going to do to stop stealing? Is to make it common. Lead everybody. That's what I'm talking about. Love as an abstract value
Okay.
and distribution. That is, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So if you want things to stop, that love you share to people. This is how I arrived at where I am. We are interacting with nature. Mind you. Now, when you have spiritual value, abstract value, it will link you up to communicate with nature. And anything that comes from nature is infinite and inexhaustible.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So invisible value, abstract value or invisible value, is that value that comes from nature and it is inexhaustible. So when you have it, you now use it to generate physical value. Then for you now not to seek or look for security, go into distribution using the abstract value, which is love, to share. Take this, I tutor you. Then by that time, when that thing which you have become common as the air we breathe, based on the love and circulation, then nobody will steal anything from anyone.
So let me come in so we can take it from foundation.
Okay?
We made us to know now very clearly that security is a product of scarcity.
Yeah.
Now, so Does it mean that security is not an element of God? It's not a godly, it's not essential for Christians, it's not godly? Because security is brought about by scarcity, and scarcity is not in God.
Yeah.
Number one. Then number two, you've only made us clear, you made it clear to us now that security, the first value that gives you physical value is spiritual value.
Yeah.
Now, I want to explain for all of us and for the audience, how do you connect the spiritual value? How do you have value spiritually? Number one, that will give you physical value, resident on the earth.
All right.
Now, after that, we answer the table.
Then we have said it, that light is measured by ampere. And seconds is, time is measured by seconds, the seconds. And in the spiritual science, we are spiritual scientists, we have found the unit of love. So love is measured by attention, action, time. These three things. So whatsoever you give your time, give your attention, give your action to, is a proof that you love that. So the extent to which you give out these things to anything is a proof that you love that. And love is inclusiveness, according to the revelation given to me 2019. Is inclusiveness. So whatever you pay attention to, give your time, that means you love that. And by loving that, you want to absorb it into your existence. So now you have Word of God. Then you continue meditating over it day in, day out, right? And interact with nature and use whatsoever you have by the action of love to serve and save humanity. Automatically, you are going to magnet spirits. That is how to generate spiritual value. Are you there?
Yes.
By being here on earth as a divine representative, as an ambassador and epistle of Christ in the physical world. All right? That is what Jesus Christ was saying when he was to be crucified. He had a spiritual security. He said, destroy this temple. I'll raise it in 3 days. Who is going to raise it? Romans chapter 8, verse 11. The same power that resurrected Jesus Christ is still in you, but it needs to be activated so that he begins to walk through that action. Then in the book of John chapter 10, he said, I gave my life to you people. You people did not kill me. I'm the one who gave it to you. And that's why my Father loved me. So that when I give it out, I can pick it when I want it again. You see? So spiritual value controls all things. Then because he is in this physical world to solve problems, nobody can take his life. You understand? Right. So he will now use it to do what? To generate the physical value as much as he could. Then upon that, he now ended up saying, okay, what is the greatest law of generating value? Love your God. Matthew chapter 22. Love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your spirit. And second to it is love your neighbor as you love yourself. So now generating spiritual value and security has already been discussed by these things. Because when you have attention fixed on God, nature, truth, right? And when you generate that thing in the spiritual world, you bring it in the physical world to fulfill the second law. Loving your neighbor as you love yourself. That is distribution. And you find out that circulation is life. And when everybody becomes alive, nobody will steal from one another.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You've explained to us how one can generate spiritual value,
Yeah.
which can give birth to physical value.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have a little question too.
Okay.
Now, what is spiritual security?
Okay. What is
Can you
spiritual?
explain it? What
Okay.
does it mean to be spiritually secure?
Spiritual
And does it have a
security.
relationship with physical security?
Yeah. Spiritual security is something being secured, kept in a secured environment. Now, spiritual security, don't you know, in the spiritual world, there are certain, there is still demons operating the debts and everything operating as we are operating. Understand? So if you are not spiritually secured by thinking good, speaking good, and doing good, then the machine, which is your spiritual being that carry this body, immediately is tampered with. You can be stolen. Your spirit can be stolen.
Okay.
Yes. Your spirit can be stolen. That's the causes of untimely death. So as we are talking about securing property, you have to secure your life first. Because unsecured life, all right? Yes, is a stolen life. So security is more important in the other world. Because somebody can kidnap you in the spiritual world and keep you. You are still working in the physical world, but you have already been marked. Like 10 days time, 1 week, they can even give you a bonus of 6 months. Understand? Then you are already stolen. What do you mean about loss of destiny? So the spiritual security, right, gives you light. But how you activate spiritual security is that the truth which you have, it doesn't exist on its own, like spiritual security. Yes, I give an this thing, okay? This is my shoe. Can pull it out now. They sew it. So it is secured. It cannot pull out easily. This shoe. Okay, who secured it? The shoemaker secured it. Okay, now that's thread they used to sew it for the security was a one long thread. But they pierced the thread through the shoe and they had two. One is inside, the other one is outside. If they leave it that way, then the shoe cannot be firm. But it can lose, can draw it out. But they continue, they begin to interact with one another. The other one will go inside, the other one come outside, the other one go inside, the other one come inside. Then you begin to generate that firmness, interaction, through the laws of interaction, to hold the shoe. So if you are born in the physical world, all right, then you must perform good action. Because every action, positive or negative, generates a spirit. Analogically to this thread that you use in sewing the shoe, one was inside, the other one was outside. Sometimes the other one go inside, they begin to interact. So, when you come in the physical world, grow to taking responsibility, then you have truth. As you're living your life, doing good, all right, thinking good, and speaking good all at this time, you are generating a spirit. By this your action and this your thoughts. Understand? When you are doing it consciously, not religiously, the spirit is already generated because God is weaving you into his essence, or you are weaving God into your essence, customizing it, crystallizing God.
So does the spiritual security have any relationship with our health, with our finances in the physical?
Yes. 80% of physical sickness is as a result of spiritual sickness. Or maybe you are arrested spiritually. And which sickness is still a spiritual insecurity. Because in the spiritual world, this our body is not solid. That's what the Corinthians was saying, that the letter to Corinthians was saying by Paul, was saying, your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So this body is like a house. When you use microscope and you view the house, you see it's larger than a city. Bigger than a city. So devil can sneak into the city if you are not protected spiritually. And when he goes there, he can drop dustbin there. Put fridge somewhere. Fridge can be cancer. Are you there? Yeah. Dustbin can be fibroid. Yes. So it will be enjoying itself. Why? Because the owner, spirit, is already somewhere unprotected. So the only thing that can help you is by this action. Then when you are interwoven in your thought and the action in a positive form, the angels around will find out that you have the same consciousness with them. And they said, okay, let me house myself here. Because the emotion which you are generating can accommodate angel. Then you choose them as a guard. The Lord who watches over the city neither sleep nor slumber. And when they come into this your body, your building,
Yes.
they stay and back. So each time Satan wants to come in now to kill, to steal, to destroy. Through sickness. All right? And even leading you to errors. Then you have a tenancy already, which you pay by your good deed in the physical world.
Okay. Wow. So there are things, prices you need to pay as a person for this security.
Yes. For the security to be attained.
And this spiritual
Did you get it? Did you get it? Okay, so now if you develop your inner man, then you will go. Any territorial threats, you will go and call angels. You people should come. They would be there. So when you have security, sickness will run away. Untimely death will run away. Poverty will run away.
we have spiritual protection.
When you have spiritual protection, security, which you generate by this meditative attitude,
Atmosphere. Okay.
and when you meditate, you act on it.
Okay.
So you raise a very important issue now.
Yeah.
These spiritual guards,
Mm-hmm.
they say that once we are secured spiritually,
Yeah.
we attract angels.
Yeah.
This spiritual guard, can they interfere? Can they protect one physically from physical threats and dangers?
Yes. They protect extensively. In fact,
Apart from sickness.
yes, 80% of protection is coming from the spiritual world. One, when something is going to happen to you physically, they will come and reveal to you. That's number one. Number two, they will not allow temptation that is more than you to swallow you up. If you are going to go to a place where they're going to throw bombs, that is going to kill so many people, they can curse you because they have charge over you. To oversleep on that appointment, or tear your shoe, or use anything, direct you to where you can go to a traffic, and you have a traffic jam. Before you finish the traffic jam, the event has already happened. You'll be like, what? It's where I should have been. Now, it is orchestrated by the function and the office of the invisible beings who see ahead of time on your behalf. That's what Isaiah chapter 45, verse 1 to 3 says. He said, I will go before you to make the crooked places straight, and break in pieces the gates of brass, and cut ease under the bars of iron. I will give you the treasure of darkness, that you will know that I, the Lord, I call you by my name.
Because of the spiritual workmen.
Yes, they are the spiritual workmen.
Invisible security.
Agents. So they are the people who give you signal. Hey, Oga, don't travel. If they speak and you cannot hear, they will use obstruction. That's why you remember me telling you that the first Bible quotation every Christian should hold tenaciously is Romans 8:28. All things work together for good to them that love God and them that are called according to his purpose.
All things.
All things.
No exception.
Yes, no exception.
Very powerful.
So when you have this verse at the back of your mind, nothing on earth will make you to complain or murmur.
Okay.
Because
Takes
you
experience to get to this level.
really, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Nothing on earth can make you to complain, because at the end of the day, the will of God must always be perfect.
Wow.
So you have to lean on the Spirit. The Spirit will generate protection. So where the Spirit cannot, in fact, physical security begins where spiritual security ends. Because there are certain things they cannot do physically, because they are not human.
Okay.
All right? So that is still the reason it is good to use your discretion. Yes, when you are a child of God. By going by this Roman 8:28.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So when things is come now in the physical, then security can now come. Physical,
Secure.
spiritual, physical security can now come.
Okay.
But we are saying, in order even to live above physical security, make things common for everybody.
I think you have answered my.
All right. So when you make things common for everybody, that thing which you have, then what are you securing? When something is common, affordable
Okay.
to everybody.
So what are the present
Then-
scenario of today? Maybe that's your question. In today's society, inequality is everywhere.
Yeah.
Your neighbors don't know anything about thinking good and doing good and speaking good.
Okay.
And they may be envious of perhaps material assets.
Okay.
How do you protect in this case now?
Yeah.
With love.
With love. No. Don't give a full respect. If you give a full respect, you justify his foolishness. As soon as you begin to get something that is valuable, which foolish people are not ready to absorb, then go and meet people who have the common reasoning with you. That's why you build a house. That's why so many people stay in an estate.
Change the environment.
Yes. So don't drive a G-Guard in the village. Because if you do, they can burn it, not knowing it costs you millions. Then it's not burning it for him to sell it and get anything. Because that one is crime, stroke envy, stroke confusion. So Satan can use the person as a remote control to cause anything. So you have to be staying away. I understand? Now, as many as able to listen to what you're teaching, just as you're saying, then you can. This is the reason why originally we are fighting Trinity of Evil. Because 90% of problems, or all problems caused that is happening in this world, both stealing, killing, destruction, is caused by three things: Satan, religion, and ignorance. So religion are the altar of inequality. Because a religious person will tell you that everybody cannot be rich because all fingers are not equal. So there must be poor among you, which they misinterpret what Jesus meant by saying there will be poor among you. You understand? Mm-hmm. Now, they begin to fight you in every progress you make. So religion said that everybody is not meant to be successful. But if you are a scientist and you are a spiritual scientist, you know that we are all created equal, but made fools and poor by religion and orientation.
Okay.
Eh?
Yes.
Made fools poor by what? Religion and orientation. Yes. Where they have nurtured you to believe that you are incapacitated, even when you are healthy. But we are saying that it is not so. This inequality can end. And how can inequality end? Teach every other person what you know, how to make you rich. You see religion now, one person will become a millionaire. On December, Christmas, he carry bags of trailer load of rice, go to people. Why can't you come and teach us how you made this money? Yes. Such that you were able to afford a trailer load of rice. So if rich people are reasonable enough, the so-called philanthropists, they should leave that bag of rice and clothes to the aged and begin to make sure that the youth, before they get old, they should know how to get money and become valuable, both spiritually and physically. You understand? Now, religion being a confusion of the society, because they don't teach productivity. So everybody, after praying and fasting, needed something to close the fasting.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. And when he doesn't see, for the first time, second time, third time, then he has to go and steal. But if you tell them that fasting is not a collateral or is not a value to be exchanged with anything, then they will know how to solve a problem or learn how to solve a problem, and perhaps you teach them. Then you find out that there will be no inequality. Look at what is happening in the embassy of the New Jerusalem. If you come this place, who is a pastor? Nobody is a pastor. Nobody is general overseer. We are all equal. Was it last time somebody picked your phone and told you forgot your phone? What did I tell you? It can only happen in the embassy of the New Jerusalem. Eh? Yes. If it is somebody that have not eaten and saw that and knows that you are a billionaire and he doesn't have anything, right? But two of you come to pray, he will pocket that one first. Do you know that so many people steal something and say God has blessed them? Yeah? God has answered my prayer. That's how. You remember the day somebody came to do offering here, Thanksgiving, and they forgot the ATM card, UBA, in the offering box. When I saw it, I laughed. I say, if I were them, I would tell her, leave it. God has. God wants you to go and divide it into 3. 2 for you, 1 for God. Any amount that is there. Because he has already come to the altar. He can't go back. I will justify it by the mistake the person made. So we don't have anything. Is it not here the children pick money and bring it? Why? Value makes you to live above money. Finding the kingdom makes you to live above money. But those that have not found the kingdom and claim to be Christians are still messing around all the days. And whatever they see carelessly, they will pick it. But if they have found the kingdom, if you see money, money is paper, which cannot be compared with value, which we said. You can't use money to buy experience. Experience, which is God. Now, which is paper, which cannot be compared with life. But someone who does not have experience and does not have value can kill somebody for 20,000 naira. Exactly. And feel very comfortable. Like he's very stupid. He took my 50, we take my 20,000 naira. Why? It's not valuable. Now, security, many people you want to carry a car, to carry somebody's car, maybe for Kabu Kabu or for Uber. They tell you, go and bring a collateral, a level 12 civil servant officer for security. Why are they using a civil servant as a collateral? The reason is because that person has value. And you who wants to drive, you don't have value. Then if you give that your car to somebody who does not have value, he will run away with it because he has nothing to lose. Yes. Ask all these people who have transportation that give drivers. No driver to a large extent is valuable. So he's looking, pressing button at all points to pull you down because he doesn't have value. But a valuable person cannot steal because he has his own value, which he uses as a medium of exchange. But this person does not have anything as a medium of exchange. So he's alone in the world. So whatever he sees, he will grab it and become himself. So to end this, both physical security and spiritual security, to gain it, one, religion has to go. Because the general overseers, the pastors, the religious leaders, they enjoy insecurity and inequality. Because that is the only way water can flow from to the top. Understand? Yes. Instead of flowing from the up down, yes, they defy the laws of nature. Instead of going down, it comes up. But the reality is that value should go from up to down. That's distribution we're talking about. But opposite is the case. So if the congregation become valuable, right, everybody become equal.
Let me come a bit.
Everybody become equal. Now, let me give you an illustration. I think I've done that. If you bring a table, I've done that before now. Bring a table and place it in a flat surface, right? And drop water here and drop water here. This water can never meet this water. But this water can only meet water when you raise it up. So the higher has to go to the lower and meet them in the valley. Okay, but opposite becomes the case. These people raises themselves up and will refuse not to go down. So whatever you get from the valley, bring it to the top. Yeah? Yes. You get in the valley, you bring it to the top. You continue climbing. You see the irony now? So religion has to go. Then science has to come into Christianity and into spirituality. Then when we mount pulpit as we do in the truth market in the New Jerusalem, in Earth Heaven, we mount pulpit to begin to break down sciences on how to make everybody valuable. Now, power begin to flow from up, down. So as soon as the people you are supplying the information get it all right, what do? You come down. Two of you become equal. Or everybody will climb up, come to your level. That's what Jesus was saying in the book of John, chapter 15, verse 15, 14 to 15. He said, greater love had no man than this, that a friend lay his life, someone lay his life for a friend. He said, I do no longer call you slaves or follower of me even, because everything I have heard from my Father, I have revealed it to you. Then in John chapter 14, before 15, verse 12, he said, greater work than this thing shall you do, because I have empowered you. Exactly. And whatever I got from my Father, I have given it to you. In John chapter 17, verse 17 to 21, he said, I pray the Father that we become one, as I am one with God. So Jesus Christ, all his teaching is equality. But when religion comes into the life, into Christianity or anything, any person's life, inequality has to be created. So that someone who knows how to wear white consistently will be respected. Then if your chicken hatches, then you bring the grown-up for him because he's wearing fat one. Exactly. Yes. If you plug pawpaw, you have to enter motor and take it to a reverend or a priest and eat the one that is busy doing nothing. When you have spiritual problem now, you still go and give you fasting. 3 days, 4 days, bring biro you bought and the sheet of paper you bought. I write Psalm 35 for you and 91 and give it to you and say, go. You relax and be enjoying what I don't even call an enjoyment, but punishment. You understand? Now, but everybody, when you teach people what you have, insecurity disappear, then inequality also disappears. You become one with God, one with Christ, one with your general overseer. Don't you know that Jesus didn't practice inequality? Like you people now talking about security, which we are going to discuss and we're talking about. Jesus was so common among his followers that an external person who are thieves, those that are thieves, before you identify who Jesus is, you have to pay an insider. Wow. Why? Because he made himself. He proves what he said in the book of John chapter 15. We are now one. We are friends. So let us continue walking in the streets as friends. So people who are not a member of that spiritual science would not even notice who introduced it.
That was why Judas had to identify him.
Then Jesus now had to be paid before you could crack into the security, which they are using by love. They generated by love and commonness. Then they have to pay. Nobody would have known them. You don't know who to catch and who to arrest. You can arrest this person, find out it's not Jesus. You find you don't know it's not Jesus. So we need an insider. They dress alike, speak alike, and do things alike. Yet Messiah was in their midst. You see what we started with?
Yes.
Something that is common does not need security. So they needed to pay before they could identify Jesus. So inequality is orchestrated by religion, the occult, and all that. So I think this is it. So when
So hold on, let's
okay. Okay.
Number one is that to eliminate insecurity, eliminate inequality.
Yes.
Wherever you have, teach it to others,
Yes.
anywhere you are.
Yes.
Then you brought a very powerful point, which is very important. You let us know that there are limits to where angels can stop in physical security.
Yeah.
There are limits when it gets to start using your senses
Yes.
to secure your physical access to.
Yes.
That's wisdom.
That is true.
Powerful point.
Just like what we taught in financial class. But religion blinded men. They don't use that common sense. What did I say? The physical scientists manufactured zinc to secure yourself against rain and manufactured a conditioner to secure you from heat. But religion is telling you in the time of heat period, you can sit under the sun. That's when God will hear you. It is penance. Scientists manufactured a car, everybody can drive. Even the person who manufactured a car drive the same car that is sold, it sells to other people. But religion is telling you, use your nail and trek to there. That's when God can answer your prayer. You get the point? So all these things are what they don't know, that there are certain things God needs to do. And there are certain things Spirit needs to do. Then look at what's the confusion now again. How can somebody who is in the body suffer and deny the body food? It's against nature in the name of fasting. Then, if you deny yourself food, you are doing physical exercise and physical harm to the body. Many of you are also just stopped when you came here.
Yes.
All right? You were suffering ulcer from fasting. Now, how can the spirit be comfortable with the vehicle it is using? It's just like you have a car now. And you said, okay, I want to do, no, not using far. You remove two tires out of it and expect it to move. Does it go? It does not go. So your body needs to be protected. Those of us who fasted for 40 days and 40 nights was once in a lifetime. And we did it purposefully and by instruction to crack into that realm of self-control. Based on divine instruction. Self-control and to have dominion over matter. But ever since then, it ceased. So, spiritual protection, all right? Spiritual exercise should not be what? Should not be fasting from physical food. So they turn everything upside down to make sure that what spirit is supposed to do, woman wants to do it. And what human was supposed to do, should do, they start asking God to come and do it. You see the inverse.
Yes.
That is the duty of religion. Now, if you want to fast as a Christian, as a child of God, you fast from anger, malice, worry, envy, jealous, hatred, attachment, lust, comparison, and all that. Then when you start fasting for this, then the angels will be there, because that is the only way to get connected to them.
Spiritual value.
That's spiritual value as well. So you get connected to them. But if you are fasting from food as the religious does or do. And your heart and your target is to prove a point to someone, or by as religion demands or custom demands, or you are praying that somebody is going to die. You are no longer praying to God. And the angels will not be a witness to your prayer. Because that is not the duty of the body. I don't think if you people are getting me.
Yes.
So you should know, I'm talking of the things you highlighted. Every person should know what is the duty of man in the physical world. In terms of security, and the duty of God in terms of security in the spiritual world. So immediately, just as we said now, you start loving your neighbor. Stop hating. Stop being worried. Stop being anxious. And become grateful at all points in time, and show gratitude for the eye, nose, mouth, ear you have access to. Then that is you generating spiritual security. Not fasting from physical and biological food, because spirit does not have biology. It doesn't have matter. So they control matter. So by you loving your neighbor, tolerating people, being humble, getting away from pride and arrogance, removing inequality, and all that, you find out that you have that security, protection. You have that security, that spiritual protection, or spiritual security. Is that understood? Okay, right.
Actually, you have shown light as regards to what can actually prevent security.
Speak louder.
What actually can prevent security.
Mm-hmm.
When things are available, common.
Yeah.
Definitely, there's no need for someone to go about looking for what he has. Then another thing is, I remember I always make reference of Luke chapter 6 from verse 40, where you say, Christ was saying, if you make your servant teach that person everything, they can become like you, perfect like you.
Yeah.
So let me go back to theft, spiritual theft.
Okay.
Because I didn't get it clear how someone's spirit can be stolen.
Okay.
Then two, what of the case of the kleptomaniacs? Not that actually someone can have everything around you, but you still have the urge to go and steal something when he sees it. So I want you to break down this to
Okay, someone that has everything, yet he steals. Addicted to stealing. And how
someone's spirit can be stolen.
Yes. Okay. The first way someone's spirit can be stolen is anything that steals your time, steal your attention, has captured your spirit. So if you are looking for thieves, it's religious leaders. It's always boiling down to them, because they are the people now who come and change your attention. Instead of living in Christ in the now, they tell you Christ is coming. Instead of being knowing that you are judged every day, they tell you judgment day is coming. But if you go to a bank and withdraw money, you receive alert. So electronics can judge you, but God will not judge you. Are you there? Yes. If you use knife now and choke yourself, the knife will judge you immediately, because blood will start coming out. But they are telling you to start choking yourself with poverty, waiting for the judgment day. You get the point? So anything that takes up your attention. You see people that watch pornography, when you are watching all those negative addiction, your spirit is bearing fruit for something else. Emotion. That's your concentration. They would capture you. You remember what Jacob did in Laban's house? What did he do? He bring a spotted animal and make a throw. Yes. On there, they focused and they were drinking. As they were drinking, their spirit was producing the one that is like that.
mating there.
As they are mating, that emotion, that the attraction is reproducing. The spirit is just there, abusing, creating. That's how Satan uses religion to steal people's attention. Steals people's spirit. When you focus on something that is not creative and productive, your spirit is gone.
So any form of addiction is a process of stealing spirit.
Yes. Cigarette smoking, alcoholism, and all that, they will give you a fake spirit through your emotion and this thing, and they will take your original spirit. So when you become conscious of yourself, they return it to you. By then, it has finished the work. And so many other people, you can even dash them and continue living their life. You get the point? Okay, so this is it. So if a child is born in a religious home, in a confused home, in a occultic home, in ignorance home, why do you think they cut the hair or the finger and put in a shrine? Understand? At that point, that child is helpless, does not have active reasoning. The spirit can be deceived because he doesn't have the power to say no. So when he grows up, whatever the environment speaks, the spirit will supply more confusion. Why they keep his original spirit abusing. That's why so many of you will wake up in the night and look as if you went to farm. Get stressed up. The reason is because your spirit is there farming. Yes, it was rented away. It was there farming. I said the story religions don't want you to hear. The Lebanons, the Lebanese, the tree of a cedar of Lebanon, Solomon used in building the temple, was through enchantment and incantation. He will go to graveyard and raise a spirit at night. They will bring timber from far country and bring it there. Then there was no truck. There was nothing. So it was spirit at night. You send them. They will go. Yes. Send them an errand. They will go there, haul timbers, and carry it and bring it. Wow. A spirit that builds a pyramid. Yes. Egyptian pyramid. So, but let us not go there.
So how can you say let us not go there?
So I'm.
You are trying to explain.
Yeah.
Because who is paying attention want you to land.
Okay.
I get what I'm saying.
All right.
Because, now you are telling us that the spirit can be rented.
Yes.
And that spirit begin to work.
It's continue working. I was discussing with you in my office. I said, have you seen somebody who wants to perform ritual and go and catch a madman and take to juju priest? Why is he not? The spirit is already employed by someone. Working. So now if you bring a mad person and take to herbalist, you touch it and say, no. This oil is already mine.
Rituals, they are looking for a way of harvesting someone's spirit.
Yes. So immediately they harvest your spirit. Why? Then they begin to make use of it. That's why they tell you to go to graveyard and bring a bone. When you bring a bone of somebody whose bone has not been tampered with, whose spirit has not been tampered with, if you take it there, they will use that bone and conjure him and send him on an assignment. That is money ritual. Go and cause problem. However they program that spirit is what is going to work. So spirit of a person can be stolen by religion. If you see many religious nations, beggars are too many. Why are beggars too many? Because their spirit is already busy. And a witch doctor will not demand a kidnapper to go and kidnap a beggar on the bridge to come and do ritual. Why? He's already exhausted. The oil mine is already owned by this demon that owns it. So they stole it. So you people were misunderstanding me when I come in and say religious leaders are the criminals. But the problem is that those people who set the templates out of wickedness and selfishness had gone. You find out that 80% of people following religion don't know the harm they are doing to themselves. You understand? Yeah. Somebody was telling me, stop condemning religion. I said, this is why I'm born for. He said, stop condemning pastors. I said, have you heard me call any pastor and say Pastor A, Pastor B? Have you ever heard me call any church A, church B? No. I'm destroying the system. As long as the fish pond is not destroyed, catfish will still be there. So if we destroy the pond, if fish want to come there, he will go to river. He will not come to the pond where he originally belong. You understand? So if we don't destroy religion and their structure and call Pentecostal madness and call Roman paganism, call them by their name so that you will know. So I was telling him there that why I am so brutal to the system and blunt to the system is because these guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. Should they die tomorrow, those who own them here will own them in the spiritual world. And they will cry and know that I said it. So I can't relent and see somebody who is following a religion and I will not talk to him if he can listen. You understand? Yes, because we have to recover you. Last Sunday, what was our topic? Destiny restoration. Yes. Men have to be restored to their original position so that inequality will disappear and everybody begin to enjoy life. So beggars are already exhausted. You see somebody's farmland, you just harvested corn and cassava. You go and farm and thing there. It's not going to produce anything. So if beggars are productive, their brain and their spirit is not stolen, why should ritualists take risks? Take risks of going to streets to kidnap somebody, kill somebody and send there, kidnap babies and others. There are so many babies there. But this thing is a territory, a product of the founder of a particular religion. So don't go there. You understand? So this is how spirit can be stolen. So anything you come into the world with, I said it, you come into the world, somebody focus your attention on error. Pray, fast, read Psalms, speak in tongues, midnight prayer, this one, they are distracting you. So that they keep your spirit busy. Just what I was saying. Football is evil. And Satan sponsored it to make sure that attention of men will focus on it. And he has to monetize it. So, in football, why is it? There is opposition, tension, negative tension. Because who is to win, who is to lose, has already made you not to be reasonable anymore. But in a state of equality, not inequality, right? Nobody cares. If you want to win, win. Who is even competing? So there is no competition in heaven. There is no theft in oneness, in unity, in God.
Wow, this is amazing. Okay, so
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Okay, so don't allow anything that is not positive to take your attention. Any film you are watching that is evil, just be ready. No, you are lost. That's the reason somebody will be telling you, whatever I put hand does not work. Whatever I put hand does not work. The reason is because if those people who hire your spirit allow you to progress, you will recover it. Because it is your spirit that you use to think coherently. So they have to stop you from progressing. Just like spiritual husband and spiritual wives. Do you know how many people have stopped getting married? All right? Why? Because if you marry peacefully in the physical world, you will forget your husband in the ocean. If you marry a good wife and get concentrated, you won't sleep with him at night. You won't masturbate. So you must do everything to make sure that this one physical one will not work. So that in the night, yes, in the night, you people will go party in River Niger. You wake up, you wake up, you get stressed. So people should know the duality. There is nothing different between the physical world and spiritual world. As whatever you are doing in the physical world, if it is not square truths, you are generating a demon that will own you forever. That's what Christ was saying in the book of John chapter 8. Whoever commits sin becomes a slave to that sin. He owns you. So let us not even joke of security, spiritual security. That's the first thing every child should be trained. Like our children now. Okay? What will take their attention, if not good thing? But in religion, where they keep on telling you lies, pray 7 times a day, pray 100 times a day. You on Monday, Tuesday, you are in program. Wednesday, you are in program. Thursday, you are in program. Friday, you are in night vigil. Holy Ghost communion, anointing service. Judas Iscariot's attack program. Kill them before they kill me program. Before you finish it, 1 week is gone. What do you think the demon is using their spirit? You are his spirit for. Then why haven't you, those your program, set you free? If your spirit is alive and active, connected to God. So you people should leave me alone.
Well, before we leave you alone, sir, I have
okay.
1 or 2 questions.
Okay.
Before we wrap up, because we have so much.
No, I'm not saying you people should leave me alone. Don't ask any question you want to ask.
About the kleptomania issue.
Kleptomania, like somebody that has the spirit of
Always
want to
what doesn't belong to, even in abundance.
even in abundance. Okay, what give rise to that? You understand? It could be inheritance. It could be a spell. It could be a curse. You understand? Yes, a child can inherit a demon. Understand? Yeah, from the ancestors, like ancestral spirits and whatever.
Evil patterns.
Yes, it becomes an evil pattern. So it can be, if your father was a thief and you didn't see truth and he dies, you are going to inherit that. Yeah, spirit of theft. So you see the child growing up stealing, not because of anything, but the spirit of the father is following that child. So it can be inherited. Number 2, somebody can go and steal something, like our property now. Yes. The spirit of stealing can enter you because you touched a holy and innocent property that belongs to someone. Then you can now register that generation. It continue running as a template, which you already have set. When your children comes, they steal. You yourself, you have everything, you steal. And why it is happening is that one day, you'll be exposed. You understand? So that is why I keep on laughing at them, taking somebody to prison. You call it kleptomania, right? Kleptomania, okay. Taking somebody who is a criminal to prison, you say you are reforming the person. When he comes, he will steal ×3 of what caused him to go to the prison. If you cut the hand, he will come and use this hand to steal. If you cut 2 of them, he will use leg to steal. Because the driver is the spirit. So what you need to do is to cast out that demon and put a new spirit. According to Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 26. I will give you a new spirit and cause you to obey my will. So how do you make a criminal to stop stealing? Don't allow me to bite my lips. Call what you call again. It says kleptomania. Okay? So now, I can't do it. Okay. So what helps somebody to overcome that. Let us still talk about the key to secure that. Because it's very important. Many people are suffering now there. What causes people to do that is not a spiritual deliverance. It is attitudinal deliverance. Immediately the person has truth. Awareness can make you to stop it. Not possession of material things. Understand? Awareness of who you are. Knowing that whatever you steal is more than your future. Knowing that that which you steal, is less than your future. Yes, it's less than your future. And that in which you steal, you can reproduce it times 3 if you can recover yourself. So when you begin to become awakened, you find out that you would live there will be no appetite for that. And when that spirit wants to come and enter you to suggest for you, you have already generated a positive spirit that will tell you, get out, my friend. You understand? So it is overcomable, but don't run to pastor to deliver you from stealing. They could, but immediately they deliver you, let them give you certificate of deliverance. Certificate of deliverance is training you and giving you attitudinally that you become aware that this is not what you came into the world to do. You understand? So that's the reason why many people have gone to church and all that thing, they say, I have accepted Jesus Christ. He's still stealing in the altar. I have accepted Jesus Christ, I don't fornicate again. Oh, he does it 100%. Why? Clitomania is following that person. Addiction is following that person. The spirit is just there remoting. You can't help it. But you can't overcome it by teaching of religion. You read Psalm, the day you finish reading, that's the day you're going to smoke times 100. Steal everything there. Then you go to Old Testament, book of Moses, and justify it and continue. But when you embrace the teaching of the New Jerusalem, have yourself assess the laws of truth, the book of excellence, life guard. All these are materials. When you finish eating it, you begin to laugh at yourself and say, hey, look at me. Look at Satan. Well, come and enter, let me see you. So attitudinal deliverance.
You call it now the certificate of what?
Certificate of...
Certificate of deliverance is attitudinal change.
Yes. Then when somebody casts out demons from you, you have to give you a certificate of deliverance, which is giving you a manual to read and become sustained good spirit given to you and reject evil spirits. You understand? A manual, which is the laws of truth. We have it now. A book of Malachi chapter 6 verse 2. He says the laws of truth should be found in the lips of the priests, and they will save many people from iniquity and lead them to righteousness. So it is laws of truth now that is human programming, their manual. You can now begin to read, meditate over, then you find out that you don't have appetite to stealing. So I think these are the 2 ways to handle that issue. Is that okay?
That's really amazing.
Okay.
Thank God for that.
All right.
All right. I actually wanted to ask 3 questions.
Okay.
Then we'll wrap it for the day.
Okay.
The first one I'm going to be saying, for someone that have actually been secured spiritually,
Okay.
like he is well secured spiritually, and he has a great possession. And does that his spiritual security guarantee his physical security? Like he doesn't need any form of physical security? That is one.
Okay.
Then number 2, for those people, let's say in churches and all of that, people who use physical ammunitions for security, is it really advisable, or does it really reflect a child of God?
A child of God.
Then thirdly, what is the difference between spiritual security and internal security? And what is the advantage of both?
Of both. Okay.
Thank you.
The first question is...
But for someone that is spiritually secured.
Secured.
That is.
Yeah, situation. Then, because you and you have possession,
and
you
have
need to.
possessions that needed to be protected. Does that spiritual security guarantee the physical protection of those possessions without using ammunition or security officers?
Okay, if you wash your clothes, which is your own, you bought it,
Yes.
and hang it under the sun, and there is a storm, rain is about to come, do you take it inside or leave it outside?
I take it inside.
You take it outside.
Inside.
But when there was no rain, is it any need of bringing them in?
There's no need.
There is no need. Okay, so that is it. Thief is like that wind and that rain that come against your will to take what belongs to you.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay, so what are you going to do? As soon as you begin to get something that is valuable and you find out that this thing is a scarce commodity, go and buy safe and protect it. It's a common sense. Angel will not do that one for you.
Okay.
Because angel will not remove your clothes under rain,
Okay.
even though it's your own and you are a priest.
Okay.
Whether it is a white robe. When rain comes, he will beat it. Rain will not know whether it is belonging to him or not. Is that okay? So security, that you have gotten spiritual security. That's the meaning of don't tempt thy Lord thy God.
Okay.
So I'm taking you now to the book of Matthew chapter 4.
Okay.
When Satan asked Jesus, he quoted Psalm 91 for him, because religion will leave their things outside. If you tell them, you say, God will take control. God will take control. When they met Jesus, they asked him, jump down from the pinnacle. It is written in Psalm 91 verse 11, that the Lord will protect you. The angels will protect you, that your feet will not hit on the stone. Did Jesus jump down? Okay. He had to use common sense to secure himself and say, don't tempt thy Lord thy God. Is that okay? So tempting Lord thy God is something you're supposed to know and do. Religions tell you, trust God. Have faith in God. Are you there? Okay. Many people will come here and tell me that they book them for cesarean operation. They'll ask you, what is your plan? What do you, Daddy, what do you think? I say, am I pregnant? You're asking me, am I pregnant? Am I a doctor? Follow whatever doctor told you.
Yes.
Because if it were me, not even my wife, if I were the one that is pregnant, I would decide whether I'm going to say I have faith or not. But whichever way, the only thing I often tell them is that whether it is CSO or natural deliverance, God will see you through. You will not die and your child will not die. But I will not come and tell you that, hey, have faith. Go and take living water. You face the east and face the west. You understand? So this is what is very, very important. There are certain things you have to use common sense. So Jesus secured his integrity and his fasting and his watch by not following the challenge of Satan. And let me still tell you, so many people who do not protect their things, sometimes it's just religion that produces all those things. Because sometimes you want to challenge God to show off that God is working with you. But that is not done. Do the right thing at the right time. Like my friend who went to, when he was intoxicated with religion, went to a plane.
Yes.
They're right. Nobody should preach here.
Yeah. He
stood up and started preaching. If they have arrested you, that was then now, when you were intoxicated by religion. If they have arrested you, then you say they are persecuting Christians. Christian, is this your father's airplane? Is this your father's private jet? Who called you there? You paid on somebody's things. He's telling you how he built his own system. And he doesn't want a preacher here. You go there and say you want to preach. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So that is tempting the Lord thy God. So if they have arrested you, now you say they are persecuting Christians. Okay? Jacob, like him now, was once a person going to a far distance and does not have fuel, and he was praying and fasting that the fuel will take him to begin to command in the name of Jesus. If I be a man of God, if I be a child of God,
Yes.
take me to my destination. Don't finish. You see?
Wow.
Confusion everywhere.
But there is an extent. There is a level of protection we can enjoy from the spirit based on our physical access, maybe guidance, direction.
It happened by default.
Okay.
Understand? It doesn't happen when you are deliberately away that you want to keep your sin outside. Yes. Yes. You know, you want to keep something outside which you know you can protect and say that this is it. Maybe you buy a car, you don't put tracker. Say God will, yes. Say God will take control. And they have already manufactured something that will help you to secure it. But you say God will take control. Okay? When they steal it again, you go and start praying for it. I will say this, if it were to be religious people that manufacture car, they will not put seat belts. They won't put seat belts. And you tell them, why are you not putting seat belts? They say, okay, you are wishing people to die. As far as God is concerned, nobody. They won't put a bag. You know, you keep all these things for eventuality. We are not saying you are going to die, but have them. So I think this is it for the first question you ask. Yes, you have something, you need to protect it. It is when your capacity stops that God takes control.
That's right.
You understand?
Very
When your
important.
capacity to protect it stops,
Yes.
then God can come there and take control. However, why should you even get to the point where you cannot protect? The one you cannot protect, give it out. Let's start charity from here. So that it will not be a burden. Because we say the mysteries of the time and space. Yeah? The limitation is limitation. Anything physical, you don't need to begin to back them. Because the more they increase, the more they become a burden to you.
Okay.
You understand? So even to conquer security, all right? To conquer insecurities, don't have more than enough. You understand? Don't have more than enough. Whatever you have in the physical world, they came to serve you. They're now thoroughly yours. So spiritual security is more important than all this gathering. Haven't I told you people? I am as rich as I'm standing here. So the only thing I know I own now, material, is this my trouser. The car parked there does not concern me for now until I want to go home. My children and my wife and the house does not concern me until I get home. If I didn't see them where they're supposed to, I start looking for them. They become a need now. But I can't stay here and be thinking about my wife. Any place I am at any point in time, that's my beginning, that's my end at that moment. Is that okay? So now,
It's
a level, right? Okay, so those things you can, when your capacity comes, then you give it out. My brother, when I was with him, every year or 6 months or something like that, I would just pack everything, give out. He said, what are you saying? I said, I don't need all of them again. He said, no, you can use this thing tomorrow. You can use it tomorrow. Tomorrow, if I need it, I can buy. You know? I told you people, the only thing that is valuable for me is information. Like the books. Where I jot something. Please don't take that one. But you can take everything. You see? So when something begins to come to the extent where you can no longer protect it, it has become a burden to you, no longer a possession. So start giving it out.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
So that you become free. So give me the second one.
The second one is in a situation whereby people use physical ammunitions for security. Let's say in a church where we believe there are angels. Is there a need for physical ammunitions? Either for a gathering or for individual use for defense?
Okay, for defense. Now, those as ammunition, like men of God, right?
Yes.
That go with security, with entourage. I will go when the time comes. It's of two things.
Okay.
There are children of perdition in the society who are demon reincarnates, who will vow to make sure they bring you down as long as you are speaking truths and changing life.
Okay.
So they are anti-God, anti-Christ, and anti-everything that is good.
Okay.
Just like so many people in the village. When you get money in the town, you go and open borehole and enter scholarship. Begin to put people on scholarship. Be ready. The demon, ancestral demons there, will not be happy with you. They won't be at ease. You ask me why. The reason is because you didn't build it when they were alive. So they didn't enjoy it. So how come?
Wow.
How come it is now you have to know something? So there are certain...
But you were not existing then.
Yes, doesn't concern you. It's soulless. It doesn't have rationality to reason. So how come you want to promote this society? And you didn't do it when I was alive? So it will come and attack you. So you must have to make sure you are connected before you start doing good. We said it. Don't do good unless you are a good man. So this is what your question answer to. Yes, physical ammunition is pointing to. Children of perdition. Number 2. Number 3, to a large extent, which I'm trying much as I could to correct, which I say something that is common does not need security. Those people, there are so many fools you have raised to a large extent who want to touch your garment as if there is something in your pocket, in your clothes, which you went to market and buy. They want to touch it. Because you have already dulled their brain to make them believe that your clothes is anointed. You understand? Okay, so if you have 1 million of them, can you pass along them? They will cause stampede and kill you with your anointing. So you have to go with a guard to protect those you have enslaved.
One is that, let me come to the security of using your arms. I remember you said that before you are killed in the physical world, you must have killed in the spiritual world. So as a man of God, even at trying to carry policemen to guide you, won't you be aware of any negativity that want to...
Then if you are away and you don't protect yourself, if you see that tomorrow you are going to enter inside fire, and the fire will burn you, then you pass through that fire without protection. Won't the fire burn you?
So what is the duty of... Because then we'll first of all come to the spiritual world to capture you.
Yeah.
And destroy you first, according to your explanation. Now you are spiritual workmen around you. Would they be able to steal the spirit or to do anything?
No, they won't. They won't. That's what I'm saying. Don't tempt thy Lord thy God. But if somebody, after you have done all, and wants to still do after you have done much, the angelic beings can share it. But don't see war front. You say you are anointed. You carry your chest and start going that the God will protect you. They will scatter you into pieces.
That's right.
Is that okay? Because that's why Jesus did not jump down from the pinnacle.
Okay.
But when you have finished all protection, you still see what happened to Donald Trump? All right? Yeah, he did all the security he could. It's a very practical analysis. Did all protection he could. Then they still wanted to kill him, but divinity intervened and had him protected. You see? So this is it. So this, I answered the first one. Second one, wait, let me finish the first one. Let me finish. So the second one now is that those people whom you have dulled their brain can cause stampede on you. Then number 3 is that I have talked about the children of perdition.
Yes.
All right. Then number 3 is that you're supposed to also go with a guard in case of incasity. You might step into a place where unprepared children of perdition are around. Then you can be shielded. Now, what I'm trying to tell you, what we are working on to diffuse and bring security automatically, natural, is this is I'm telling you. Immediately you decentralize power. You can see now when people come here and I'm not on the pulpit, it is difficult to identify who is a man of God. Why? Because I did all I could to decentralize power. Power is not on me. Everybody have access to what I can have access to. Then, such that even if you come, they tell you that if you this is the man of, you want to go and see man of God. When you see 2-3 people, you might not even have the need of seeing me anymore. True of us? Yes. I've seen people who came for counseling. When they finish seeing Victoria Honora or Andrew or this guy, they say what they had there have satisfied them. Many will go from there. Many will still insist, let me see the main man. You understand? So that is it. So that's the reason why here we don't have pastors, we don't have general overseers here. Everybody is equal. Because we know I'm not more important than usher. And I'm not more important than a cleaner in the church. Because if I claim to be more important than them, I start cleaning the church. I start ushering. So they will not be doing all those things, and I will still be oppressing them that I'm more important than them. And I really know that what they are doing, I cannot do it. They have been sustaining me with their tithe and offering. Right? Then I claim I'm superior. Let them stop giving you money. You enter street immediately. It's without wasting time. But we know how we share our things. When it comes to spiritual problem, I solve it for them because I'm a spiritual man to the fullness. And I'm doing nothing apart from that. When it comes to physical things, they have to do it. So that symbiotic relationship, it makes you not to begin to have too many security. Now, look at so many things, influences. Like now, somebody who wants to kill me. Why are you killing me? If you kill me, can you kill the movement of the New Jerusalem? It's already on tapes, up to 1,000 messages. The laws of truth is there. The book of excellence is there. The lifeguard is there. The book of life is there, where I pour out my emotion as I download it from God. You understand? Now, these are the ways. But if I should carry all this power and put in me, people will start worshiping me. You find out that on Saturday when you come for praying and counseling, you don't see many people there. Do you know the reason? Everybody that comes, the first day you come, all your problem will be solved. You go. You might not remember because of your religious mentality to come back again because you are already healed. So tomorrow you come, you are going to see different people altogether. Who will still come? Their problem is solved. They go. But if I want to put them on hot soup, I will have program on Friday, preparing them for Saturday program. So Friday is testing, filling forms, all these protocols and all that. All right. Then after seeing me on Saturday, I'll give you fasting. We are going to close next week. Yes. So we are going to close by next week. All right? Okay. So now, people that are going to close their own by 1 o'clock is there. People by 3 o'clock. I create unnecessary busyness. You know? But if you come here for praying and counseling, whether I don't need to give you fasting. If I come with my torchlight, the devil will run away. The only thing I take time to counsel is to make sure that when I give you the spirit, you go out, you maintain it. And if religion will allow you, you can continue with us so that you become permanently free, attitudinally delivered. You get the point? Okay, so these are the things that people are dying. That's why many pastors die of heart attack untimely, because every time call is. If you go to my phone now, okay, today I have received up to 4 or 5 calls, as large as I am.
Wow.
Yesterday we were talking, I was with you, I was talking about 7 hours, no call on my phone. You know? Why? Because I've made everybody general overseer. When problem comes, you know how to solve it. If you watch Truth Market, many people that would have called me after watching Truth Markets, they will not call me again. They watch Heaven TV, they will not call me again. Marriage dispute and all poverties, whatever. After reading the book of the Laws of Truth, you will not call me again. Because a part of me is already dead. Which so many people, when they newly come, at the end of the day, say, hi, please, can I have your number? I say, my number is the messages, the book. Carry it. That's my number. Whatever you are looking is there. I've given it to you. Just my father, as my father said, everything I have, I've given it to you. So these are the things that are causing security. Insecurity, and someone going with boulevard, gun, entourage, this, all that. Not that it is bad, but I'm telling you, high the percentage. So our way to diffuse it is make yourself less important.
Very.
Make yourself less important. Wow. You can imagine what we have done, yet I am here. There is no security in the church. I can go to markets, go to Taco Market, go to Area 1, go to Use Market, go everywhere. Nobody knows. Chicken Republic, go there. ShopRite, go there. If we could do what every normal person is doing. You understand? Yeah. So, all these things, you have something you don't want to distribute it to other people, is the greatest hell on earth. Wow. So I think your second question is answered.
Yes, sir.
Wow. The second one, the third one.
The third one is what's the difference between spiritual security and internal security?
Okay, spiritual security and internal security. And that's physical security.
Spiritual security now, securing your destiny, your life, and is an internal security that has to do with your inward being.
Inward being?
Yes.
Okay, and spiritual security. There are two things.
Yes, I said, what's the difference between the two?
The difference between the two, there's no difference, so to say.
Okay.
You know, the inward security and what? Spiritual security. Spiritual security is the one angel does.
Okay.
The inward security is the one you generate by experience, which we say the experience is God. So when you are interacting with nature in the physical world, you are building confidence. Okay. Just like now I asked you to speak Igbo. By you learning Igbo over time, you have inward confidence that there is no problem, I can speak Igbo. Then if you have developed value by learning a skill, as somebody, you have value now, you know, eternal value, and somebody say stole your millions, and your value is still there, you will not cry as somebody who does not have value and they stole his millions. So you have that inward security that as long as I have value, I'm going to generate more millions. Understand? I'm going to generate more millions. So that calmness is there. Now, somebody who is writing an exam and he did not read enough thoroughly, if they go, or you hire the machinery, you don't have inward security because you don't have experience. If they go, they say they have canceled the exam, it is next month they are going to write it. You start crying. People will ask you, why are you crying? You know, he said they cancel it. I said, they cancel exam. Is that why you're crying? But you have muzzled all your energy and all that. So you are not confident that by next month, when they are going to write the exam, that you are going to see the machinery again. You get the point? So internal value, you generate inward security, you generate it by experience. Self-confidence does not come by religion. Have faith, have faith, have faith. Oh. Faith comes by experience, by understanding. Then you won't even be operating with faith like us. You operate with conviction, like total awareness that this thing must happen in this way. So what gives you inward security is not praying and fasting. It's value system generated via experiences.
Okay.
You understand? Then spiritual security, immediately you are consciously generating those things. Spirits are dropping. Because they are looking for a good person who take good action in the physical world to help them express them here in the physical world. So God is helpless when there is nobody who is a valuable vessel that do and think and behave like him. So Christ is helpless. That's why the name of Christ is no longer working effectively, because religion has taken over. And anybody who fasts and keep hand and wants to be a man of God, immediately he generates the spirit. Spirit say, hey, this person fasted for 30 days. Okay, let me identify with him. The next thing is, go and kill my mangoes. Go and kill this person. Pursue this person from office. Let my brother go and stay there. Holy Spirit say, oh, this one is an empty person. You run back and tell them, I've not seen somebody to operate with. You know? Yes. So with the religious people send Holy Spirit to go and do evil, which is not his nature. Yes. So it's an irony. So it goes back again. So spiritual security, as soon as you are doing good here, you know, that's what, when Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, let me explain this before I come here. You know how they buy good players? That's how spirits, both positive and negative, are looking for players in the physical world to hire and buy. Yes. So if somebody is dedicated and focused, evil spirit will see that person. Holy Spirit will see that person. But the gate crasher, who is the first bargainer, is evil spirit. He will tell you, can you work for me? If you see a pretty girl, can you work for me? That's why you see many of all these scavenger prophets, immediately they see somebody that is yellow, they say, hey, spiritual husband, marine power is disturbing you. Yes, because they know that the person who is yellow in complexion, like Chinwendu, he knows that he can be a very good candidate vessel. So you come to buy you, send men to check you, buy you gift and all that. Then, if you agree and succumb, now you are now a player for Satan. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, if you know you're a good singer, you sing, Satan will say, go and look for this person. Now, you go to your pastor will frustrate you. You go somewhere, some other person will sponsor me, say no. I sponsor Satan and say, don't worry, I will sponsor you money, but you will have to sing secular music. Now, when he sponsors you, you start singing secular music. You are now a player for Satan. Then he will now tell you to do tattoo of a snake and python at the back and leopard here, because he's the one fueling you. You understand? So they come for marketing to look for available vessel. So when you now keep yourself concentrated, Satan would come and bargain. Then if you have truth and refuse to compromise, Satan will leave. Then the angel will come and pick you from there. So many of us that came this far, it's not we have not been tempted, but we refuse to sell our birthright. Satan has negotiated with me severally, directly and indirectly. If I can sublet my power I generated through Gabby Gates and personal experience. But I refuse. I must use it for good. That's why when you see so many people who are not trained, I say, I'm a pastor. When you fast and get concentrated, Satan will come. Sneak in. You know the occult fast? Marine is a wine fast and all that. He will just sneak in and tell you that yes. He'll visit you in the dream. He'll be the first person to visit you in the dream and give you this and give you that and give you that and tell you, okay, start this way. You start. It will fuel power on you. You continue performing miracle. You say, hi, my Lord is working. My Lord is working. Continue performing miracle. One thing about God is that he's never in a hurry. If they deceive you, oh-ho. If they do not deceive you, oh-ho, it doesn't concern him. So God will be watching. Satan will use you, perform miracle. The miracle will cease. So you'll be like, hey, God, what is happening? Hey, Jesus, what is happening? You come. Then that's when you now enter into negotiation. Wow. Say, bring calabash. Calabash, nature. He will start discussing with you. Nature, deal with nature so that your power will come back again. You go and bring calabash. Say, put it under your bed and pour water. Water is nature. All right? So that's why when you see them discussing paganism and evil as religion, they defend it with the last drop of their blood because they saw spirits that were communicating with them. As if it were God. But they don't, because they don't have the templates to check whether this is the nature of God or not, they follow it. Now, okay, put calabash, put water, 10 liters. They measure it, you keep. They say sleep over it. Go and bring onions and keep. If you have sense, or you know that this is matter that has nothing to do with the spirit. But they continue luring you in. Now, if matter does not control spirit, what do you have to do? Develop your heart. He said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So there is no suggestion coming to you to use matter as a medium, as a bridge of assessing this thing that you are going to agree. You understand? Now, you have to develop yourself so that even if it is hanky, you put, it can work for you. That's why if a person who is occultic man, come and do incantation and teach you all the lyrics of the incantation, if you do the same incantation, Satan will not come. Why? Because you have not built experience and the relationship with that demon. He will not come. Even though you speak the same lyrics of the incantation, he won't come. He doesn't know you. You understand? Okay, you are new in their kingdom. So they have to test you. So when you... so it is not hanky that perform miracle. It's the spirit you generated before bringing the hanky. Just like living water we use. It's not living water, it's water. I keep on telling you, when you read the pamphlet, you see. It's me that uses it as a medium. I put spirit in it, run current into it, and give you, because I might not have time to be there when challenges is going to come. So you now use it by that consciousness, just like books written. It's an emotion that is transferred there. Is that okay? Yes. So now, when you now go and bring calabash, after the calabash is telling you, okay, the water, it has finished. Can tell you local oil. Local oil. A point will come, they say, hey, it's dirty my bedsheet or whatever, any excuses. From there, power begins to come. At the point, he will now tell you, there is nothing different from, if you want it to be active, then use fowl blood. It's the same thing with the red oil. Yes. You are stepping in. And this is what you have said no. If you have truth in you. Then, at the beginning, before you know, yes, cow, like if you do like this, 30 people will fall. It's a cow. You finish cow. He said, okay, your wife. He said, no. Yes. He said, now, the next one is your wife. He said, no, in the name of Jesus. No, I'm a child of God. It's okay, no problem. Go for now. You're already initiated. Working for him. Working for him. So these are the things. So the demon come to buy people as God comes to buy. So when Jesus finished fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, they now saw that this is going to be a good player. So Satan will come and say, guy, will you play for us? I will pay you. How much are they paying you, Ronaldinho and Manchester? Say, you want to play for us? Yes, I will send you to the world, empower you. Then can you walk? He said, no. Jesus said no. He came another one, said no. Came the third one, he said no. He said he left. The angel came and ministered. And as he left, he said he had left for an appointed day. He will still come back to know whether the light is still there. If the light is not there, he will still deceive him. But if he comes and the light is there, he will not come back again. So this is the way anyone who is committed, sorry?
Say concentrate.
Yes, so concentrated and dedicated. That's how you are a resource. Just as I said, you can't bring a beggar and use the person for ritual. Because as the spirit of begging is there, if you use his spirit, you will go to streets. You will go to streets and start begging. So let us know whether the begging spirit will make you a millionaire or not. You see?
Yes.
So these are the things. But a person who is focused, you can do exploits. So Satan would like to come and deceive you. So I think that is it.
Wow. Awesome.
Has that answered your question?
Yes, perfect.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, your last question was
Internal security and
internal
and spiritual
security. Okay, so this is it. So what built your confidence is that relationship you have had with spirit, with God. Then when you have it, positive or negatively, positively or negatively, when you have that thing, you have confidence. You see, sometimes I have told you people, charm, it is not that red clothes and feather that is working. Because if it is red clothes and a feather, everybody will become a herbalist. All right? But they will give you red this in and feather and ask you to keep it under the bed and sleep with one side for 10 days. All right? And don't eat food cooked by a woman. And make sure that you don't shake hand to somebody that is yellow in complexion. You right? So this is to your sensitivity. That wherever you are going, you are charging that demon. Concentration, your energy is pulling on that thing you keep under the bed, under the table. All right? So as your energy, emotion is going there based on that focus, you are charging it like solar energy. When you continue charging it over time, then it will now generate a cloud, a black smoke, which will now enable demon to come and stay there.
Jesus.
I don't know whether you are getting me. All right. So the building block of a spiritual, the spiritual world is human emotion. So positive emotion is white in color. Then negative emotion is black in color. So at that point, emotion is over something. You are generating a cloud of negative smoke. So when you generate it over time, that's when now the ritualist will now come and tell you, after 6 months, you will now come and kill so things to renew your things. By then, observing all those things, you have charged it. So if you go observing those things, now you will now go and assign a demon to stay in that cloud. You have generated by yourself. Okay? So I think so many things to discuss. So that is still how it is to a child of God. when you are everything you want to do, you remember, if it were Jesus, will he do everything I do? Don't hate. Will I hate? Why should I be angry? Why should I be bitter? Why should I be anxious about life? Jesus condemned all these things. Then, if your thoughts is all time thinking positively, you are generating a spirit. That's what we finish doing. Then these religious people think that we, who always think good, speak good and do good, will come and begin to shout and pray as they are praying. You understand? Because we have something in store that is already there, constant. You understand? So I don't need to begin to pray. When I say I don't pray, this is the reason why I don't pray. I will gyrate. Wake up in the night, I start praying. What are the angels staying in my house? Free. What is their duty? They will be there. Because I've made them friends based on my positive thoughts, positive action, and positive word. I speak every moment. You understand? My emotion now continue enlarging. You see what happened to Jew's wife living in SLM estate. All right? Before they come close to my house, the entourage that was with me, that had seen it in the vision, came. The bird that was supposed to perch in tree to cause accident came out, and they killed this thing, and the motor entered into a ditch. Instead of having an accident on the express. But because they were passing around my place, those entourage came and got them arrested. I parked 2020 to my house, to the house. Right? Then when I parked there, 2 people, the other one, Mike, was barren for 9 years. The other one was barren for 3 years. 2 of them conceived the same month. You understand? Now, the people are my neighbor from Ibura. The day they wanted to travel to December, in fact, the sister came for light dedication, and he has been barren. Just she came, stepped in here, she went back, she became pregnant. And she did not even tell me that she had been suffering from barrenness. But what led to that is that years apart, when they wanted to travel, they drive a RAV4. When they came to pick the sister living in the boys' quarter to travel, the spirits that were following them to cause accidents on the way came here, and they were asking themselves, what happened? Is this place a church? Look at angels. What are angels doing? So they got provoked. They didn't come inside the house. They stayed outside. The spirit, the demon, they stayed outside. So when they finish, they enter. Now, the angel in my house started following them to disrupt what they were about, the accident they were about to cause on the way. So they got provoked, came back, and sparked light to burn down the house. Then the angel went and pulled the tap. Tap started running abnormally and quenched the light without us knowing. So what happened was that when we just fill our tank, the overhead tank, within 30 minutes or 1 hour, within this, it finished. We say, what is happening? Now, they did it in a way that it is entering through the sink and the toilet, this thing, then passing to the sockaway. So, into the sockaway. So, this thing continue happening. We didn't know till when they came back. When they came back, we now find out that their tap was pulled. So, I think something led to something. Then we had to go to the spirit to ask something. Then we remember, why was this thing there? Then now they gave us narratives of what happened and why the pipe was rushing. That's how we got to know.
That's the power of angelic security.
That's the power of angelic security. They work on your behalf. So when we say we don't pray like religious people do, is that you go, steal, tell lies, fornicate, cheat, and everything. In the night, you come. Reke, 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 ye, yo, 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 yo. So that angel will come and protect you. Angel you kept where? Have you paid for them by your good deeds?
You sign them.
Did you assign them by your experiences, positive thoughts, your negative thoughts? It's we. That's Hebrews chapter 1, verse 14. They came to serve. They are ministering spirits for those that have attained salvation. So if you are not operating from the realm of sainthood, before angel work for you, you have to borrow it from your pastor. Yes, you have to borrow it from your pastor. That's why every time you are running after your pastor, because you don't have any, and they have not taught you how to generate it. Yes, you have to borrow it from me. Please rent me one of you at this. I'm traveling. You rent an angel to you. I don't know whether an angel or demon. You rent. But if you know how to generate it, as I have made all of you to know how to generate this thing. If you want to sleep at night, okay? So let's call it a day. Glory be to God. Yeah, but go tell what happened to you 2 days ago. They came to attack you. What's the name of that demon? From your ancestor. Idoko Onuibo. Idoko Onuibo. The brothers came here and we gave them living water. They went and built a house, a fence, used a block the father wanted to build 32 years ago. And that demon killed the father. Idoko Onuibo. Onuibo. Say that nobody can erect anything. But when they came to the embassy, we get them fortified. They went there, I told them what to do with the living water. After that, they were barricaded. Then Idoko Onuibo couldn't walk. They finished that thing, used the father's block, broke the protocol, and came back. Then they started tracing who gave them that link. They find out it was this person. Yes, who subletted the spiritual agents because they have not been grounded. They used the medium to do it. They find out it was her. They now came to attack her. Explain to us what happened, how your breath was going out and all that. Let us know.
Wow, it was really an experience that night. I noticed that as I was sleeping, my spirit would drop. So I just saw someone pick it, like he hold my throat, bring it back. He dropped it second time. I will feel it that I've gone up.
Something that left.
Yes, I will feel it immediately. Put it back. So the third time I woke up, I said, this one I saw servant holding my throat like
Returning.
Returning. So immediately, as I told that, I entered into prayer. I was like, hey, this is me to,
Yeah.
declaration, I have to come to the office.
Okay. You understand? So it was when she came to the office now, 2-3 days ago, they had shown me that. I told you, a roof blew, something like that, so many things. So we'll be monitoring it. So that's why when that thing came, it was deflated.
Actually came to kill her.
To take away her life now. That's what we're warning you people. Don't dare idle if you are not grounded. If you are not a New Jerusalemite, it's risky. If you have not read our materials and get grounded. Yes, it is very risky. Okay? So that is what we are saying on how to operate internal security and spiritual security. So your good deed gives you that internal security. You know, religion defined a grace as what? Unmerited favor. Can you see? So they are thieves using a favor they did not merit. Criminals passing through the door to receive. So that is the great what you didn't work for. You have it. So you have to go and sublet it. If it is demon they give you, you go home with the demon. If it is Holy Spirit, then maybe by whatever, you go with it. That is subletting spirit because it is an unmerited. But here we don't have unmerited favor. Grace is defined as an accumulated favor through which you gather over time by your positive thoughts, positive words, and positive action. Thank you. Internal security and the spiritual security. Yes, so they are almost the same thing. They run concurrently. Yes. Yes. Angelic support, confirmation of their presence because of your good deeds and your good thoughts and good actions.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, so we've come to the end of today's episode, and I believe we enjoyed it as much as we did. It has always been a blast. Every moment in the silence is always a moment and a something to remember. And I hope you are not left out with today's topic. When we talk about security, a lot of persons might think we want to go into politics, like government, or about religion. But from everything I've heard so far, it's all that security is very, very vital for everyone. Right, I want you to know that physical security is important, and as much as it is important, because as you've heard, he said, don't tempt the Lord thy God. There is a point whereby you get to in life, you know that yes, you don't need to go into the war front open-chested. You have to be protected, you have to be secured. Wisdom is profitable to direct. In as much as that physical security is important, the spiritual security is more important, just like he said. Lives can be stolen spiritually. Destinies can be stolen. You know, a lot of things can happen in the spiritual realm. So when the devil finds spirits that are not protected, virtues that are not protected, destinies that are not protected, he rents them, he steals them, he makes use of them, and begin to use them in the other world, just like you have rightly heard, which I may not be able to go into details. But I would like you to sit back and watch these things fully so that you understand all. So your spiritual man, your destiny has to be secured. And he made us to understand that these securities come via your words, your meditation, your good thoughts, your good actions. Because it is when the atmosphere you've generated, an atmosphere that is conducive for the angelic abode, then they will descend and come and form their abode around you to protect you and to defend you against satanic operations and manipulations. So your life needs to be well secured and well guided, and that is as a result of your own what? Your own personal relationship with God. And also, just like our questions came up, there is also internal security, which made us to know that this security is the self-confidence you have generated and built as a result of your experiences, value system which you have built that gives you the confidence to do the right thing. And it is as a result of doing the right thing, being concentrated, focusing on what you are meant to do, that generate these positive spirits and give angels, abode around you. So I hope and I believe you have gained wisdom from everything we have learned today. Don't joke with security, especially with your spiritual security. We have the book of excellence. These are wonderful books, wonderful materials, where these emotions you talked about has been what? They have been deposited. These emotions have been trapped. These are books that you read, you feel God, you feel the essence and the attributes of God, where you catch these emotions, generate them that can bring down the presence of God and of angels. This is our powerful constitution God has given to humanity. This book is everything in the world. If there's anything you must sell all your possessions for, is the laws of truth. I don't know how to explain it, but please grab this book. Read it. It is everything you ever needed to grant you both physical security, internal security, and spiritual security. Give them out to your loved ones and to your colleagues. We also have our lifeguard here. It runs monthly. These are materials that has been given to you, to us, for our lives to be, made better, for enlightenment, for awareness. The moment you have awareness, once you know what you're supposed to know, religion will lose grip of you, because that is the number one enemy and thief of your destiny. So grab these materials and let's make the world the best place for humanity to dwell. Don't forget to hit the like button, also comment and share. Share it to everyone, and don't forget to tell us how you feel about this content we are creating and also how it has been affecting your life. We need to hear your feedback, and we hope to see you some other time. I am Divine Susie, and see you next time. Thank you.